I'm doing this on two computers today. Both computers have basically the same problem. This one just died normally. The other one was thrown across the room. Alright, SSD 980. Here we go. Oh, let's use that camera right there. If you've never been here before, you've just stumbled across an IT guy that shows off some of his work. 855-434-8787. Give me a call if you want to have a conversation. Here we are. So this is going to be a straightforward job. I'm just opening up this HP. I don't see which model it is, but it's a straightforward model. I've already been in here, so I know what is I know what I'm expecting. So one of my biggest peeves with these HPs, I actually had to pry this piece of rubber, one of the feet, open. That's just the way HP likes to do things. It's just another reason I don't like HP. So it's just a Phillips screw, which is a good thing. And it is a minor problem, but it's annoying to have to re-glue that back. Here we go. And the bottom just pops off. This is a relatively straightforward model. Some of these HPs are really problematic. Like 2 or 3 videos ago, I did a keyboard swap, and it wasn't exactly a swap. It was a painful repair. And I was not able to offer a factory repair. The keyboard was literally riveted in. All right, so just be gentle when you're prying these clipped together, screwed together machines. There we go. All righty. And there's our victim, our bad SSD. It's just going to be a Phillips. This is one of the few computers that only requires a Phillips head screw. Well, most modern machines either use a T5 or a P5 setup. So we're going to pull this off. And there's that. This thing, is this the one that's a 512? Yeah, this one's a 512. I don't know if you can see that. Let's see. Yeah, when I was in here the other day to confirm what this was, in case this machine took a 2.5-inch drive, although it looks like this one actually does take a 2.5-inch drive. And look at this engineering trick here. This is a weight to keep it from falling over when you put the screen back. More HP engineering. There we go. All right, so this is a 512 gig SSD. I'm just going to put a terabyte in there, the 980, and upgrade in speed, performance, and reliability. About $90, I think I paid for it. With tax, it's about $100. Straightforward repair. There's our fascinating chip. There's a string. Okay, so now let's see here. Undo the battery. I forgot. There we go. All right. Phillips head screws, that's actually a good thing. And HP actually expects you to replace this battery. They tell you what part number to look for. So I'm just going to pop this battery out. Make sure I don't short circuit anything. I think this battery's already dead. I just turned it on to confirm the problem. Get blue screens. Alright. Pull this battery out. There. No charge available. Let's put this new SSD from Samsung in place. Just flop up that EMF cover. Maybe it's a heat shield, I'm not sure. Okay. It is a relatively easy repair. Just be careful. Static electricity can be a problem if you're going to do this on your own. I'm literally about a block from the ocean, so the Pacific Ocean keeps the air fairly damp. I'm not generally very afraid of static electricity in this environment. Okay, now I get to put the battery back. This falls in place. It looks like this battery was probably used on more than one model because it was actually, there's a place for a screw right here. That doesn't get used. That's my only observation. You got a couple of little pieces of plastic that fall in what look like could be screw holes, but that's to help with placement. But yeah, I find that funny. HP uses just a piece of metal for weighting it down. You don't need the, I've seen little tiny pieces of metal in laptops before, but that's for the magnets and the sensors in the screen, so that when the thing is shut, it knows that it's shut. This is not that. This is a piece of weight, so the thing doesn't topple backwards when you got the screen mostly back. So physically the labor is mostly done already. And then I'll just reinstall Windows 10. This machine is old enough to where it won't take 11. Of course, it's a kid's computer, so. Oh, the other one is the one I was actually thinking when I just said that. That's the one that was thrown across the room. It has a cracked screen, missing keys, and a bad SSD. There we go. Almost done. Yeah, so no more screws, no screw goes there. I hate having to, I lost my train of thought. What was I going to say? Not a big deal. Last screw for the battery. Alright, that's closed. So now I'm just going to close it up. Not a very difficult repair. Click it back together. I'm going to screw it later. I'm going to make sure Windows installs all right in case I have to reseat anything. There's that. Okay. Is this? Yeah, this is their charger. Oh, I don't know if my charger here. I got power everywhere. I gotta see if my new power strip works. Let's see. That's a headphone jack. Where's the power? There it is. Okay, so that's plugged in. I don't know if I don't know if that's working. All right, I might have to plug it in somewhere else. Here's my copy of Windows 10. One of these doesn't work, so we'll figure out which one it is. All right, let's plug that in. Yeah, so that power plug is not working. I haven't used it in a while. Plug it into one that works. Yes. There. And then just turn it on. There shouldn't be much else for me to do. Come on. I know this thing turns on. it's not turning on. Well, isn't that not fun? Well, of course. Oh, it is. There it comes. Got it. Okay, so this battery was so dead that the CMOS was giving me grief. Let's see here. Let me just do this in the flesh here. Got it. Okay, so it's going to boot. Well, that's not a bad view. So what it did is see the Windows installation. So it skipped after, this was probably a touchscreen. Tap, tap, tap. Looks like the driver for the mouse isn't working yet. So I have to use the keyboard commands. That's one of the more common problems. Windows 10 driver support is actually pretty good. Let's see if I can get I gotta deal with all the reflection. Okay. Yeah, that's a little bit better. Still a problem. Let's see. Yep. There we go. So hit I. No, that's A. There we go. Now tab. That's all you're going to get right now. All right. So next, custom, new, tab, 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 next, next, next. Enter. There we go. Installing Windows 10 on a probably a 3 or 4-year-old HP Pavilion. Should be fairly straightforward. I have the customer's name, although I think this is their kid's computer. I forgot to ask her what her child's name is. But there's 2 computers with the same problem, basically. That's pretty much it. A basic SSD install for an HP Pavilion. I don't see exactly what, it doesn't say on the outside what model this is. I'll have to look at the BIOS afterwards. But that's pretty much all I'm up to. If you've never been here before, you get to eavesdrop on some of the work. Give me a call if you want to talk live at 855-434-8787. Show up in the YouTube chat if you're too shy for that. And that's pretty much it. I'm usually here live 3 days a week, Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday. And here we are, 78%. It's installing nice and quick. 83, 84, 86, 87, 89, 91, 92, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98. There we go. Now it's about to restart. Finishing up. Restarting in 10 seconds. All right, almost done. Almost got all my crap out of the old office. That's why it's been hard to get going here. Getting devices ready. I'm doing the same repair on another HP. The other one is a higher end machine. That's the Omen, but that's the one with the more serious problems. It's got a bad keyboard, and it's buried. It's an inlaid keyboard, which means I have to tear the whole thing apart. And I'm hoping it's not one of those riveted keyboards. If it's screwed in, it won't be a huge deal. It'll just be time consuming. If it's riveted in, it gets all mangled. And the only way I can offer a genuine fix is if the customer is willing to accept a machine that'll never be fully perfect. Okay, so we're just waiting on Windows to finish. I'm not going to do the updates on the air. Just takes too long. It's too easy, too obvious. But this is essentially an SSD upgrade for an HP Pavilion. An M2 is just one screw minus or plus the screws to get into the machine. One moment. Looks like the audio driver. Oh, it included the audio driver.
A little sign in here, a touch of Wi-Fi there, and we'll have your PC ready for all you plan to do. Use your voice or the keyboard along the way, and if you'd like me to stay quiet, just select the little microphone icon towards the bottom of your screen. If you need an assistive screen reader, press the Windows, Control, and Enter keys at the same time to turn on narrator. Okay, enough intro. Let's dig in.
Hi, this is Chris.
Your region is set to the United States.
Hi, this is Chris.
Hey Chris, it's Alan. I came in on Saturday with my son's gaming PC.
Yeah, okay, so it actually is hardware. So I'm waiting on a replacement part to confirm that that'll fix it. But it seems like when you plug speakers or headphones into the back of the machine, it's fine. It's those jacks up at the top of the case that are broken.
Your keyboard is set to US. Want to stick with that?
So I'm waiting on that part that's due today.
Okay, so can you give me a call when it's ready?
Yes.
Okay, does that mean you have to wipe everything clean?
Well, I did that as a troubleshooting thing because it's almost never, I've never actually seen a sound card fail quite that way. So unfortunately, the only way to reliably diagnose it was to start over because driver corruption is a fairly common problem, which is a software glitch.
Okay.
So now that we're working with a fully clean system, that's how I was ultimately able to narrow it down to that hardware. And when I plug speakers or your son's headphones into the back, the sound card on the back of the motherboard seems to be fine.
So what have you actually ordered for what part have you ordered?
There's a cable with headphone jacks on the front, so he'll still be able to plug his headphones into the front of the machine, but not those jacks built into the case.
Okay, I guess you'll show me when.
Yes, I will.
Do you think it'll be ready tomorrow?
Yes.
Sorry?
Yes.
All right, well, just give me a call when it's ready, Fred.
Okay, thanks.
Thanks, bye.
Bye. So there you go. Yeah, his son's, the headphone jack on the front of his case failed. Odd failure. Okay, still, keyboard driver works, but the mouse driver does not. So I have to hit
Do you
tab.
also type with another?
Skip. Okay, let's see if the Wi-Fi driver is included. Okay.
That way you can get updates, apps, and cat videos as soon as possible. How about the first one on the list?
We're going to pretend we don't have internet.
Just so you know, connecting to a network now could save you some time later.
Okay, so we don't want to be cajoled. There you
your account.
Okay, so you tell it you don't have an internet connection, so you don't have to log into the Microsoft account, because you will be forced into logging into a Microsoft account if you don't go that route. So even if it does have a Wi-Fi driver or an Ethernet driver, what I do with the desktop is I'll purposely disconnect the Ethernet. This is a bigger problem on Windows 11, which I'll talk about another time when I install Windows 11. But for now, I'm going to install this customer's name here. Her name is Samantha. There we go. And then I'm just going to do next. Enter.
Okay, now type of.
We don't care about a password. So ultimately.
Settings, Hey, look, that's me.
Oh, self-congratulatory. Hey, look at what
Almost
we can
done
do.
Now. We just need to get a few more things polished up for you, and Windows will be all yours. Looking forward to helping out.
This might take several minutes. Almost done. So I'm going to do this identical repair on the other machine. They're just going to do a partial repair. in part because I can't guarantee the part will show on time before they take off for their vacation. Do not turn off your PC. It's basically creating all the folders for the new account. Okay, now it says almost there. Okay, so now come on. Oh good, my power charger is working. Let's get this thing online. We have everything to use the keyboard. Self-made tech gurus. Connect. All right, connected. Let's go to settings. Do some updates. I can't use the mouse because the trackball is not working yet. Trackpad. Do you remember trackballs on laptops? My first computer had that. Let's see. There. Windows updates. Yeah, I don't think this hardware will take Windows 11. Oh, so pay attention to this. This thing was allowed to sit for so long, the battery died, including the CMOS. So we're going to oh, there it worked. Okay. It fixed itself. How annoying. Yeah, if a computer sits for too long. So basically, the updates were not going to work until the time was set correct. It was actually back a few years. It was set up for a date on 2019. But now that the date fixed itself, which is interesting because the Wi-Fi didn't want to work reliably, but it sort of fixed itself. Anyway, here we are, doing the updates, and that's pretty much it. I'm not going to stay alive while we all watch Windows updates happen. If you want a phone call, give me a call at 855-434-8787. Show up in the YouTube chat if you catch me live. Say hi there. I'm also on Facebook at South Bay Tech Gurus. That's pretty much all I'm offering today. See you later. You just got your free repair. Show up, you'll find other repairs often. If it's a complicated situation, it wouldn't make sense for me to go live. But if I think I have something interesting for you or useful for someone else, I'll show up here. Done for now. Have a nice day.